If it doesn't come bursting out of you, in spite of everything, don't do it. Don't be like so many writers. Don't be like so many thousands of people who call themselves writers. Don't be dull and boring and pretentious. Don't be consumed with self-love. The libraries of the world have yawned themselves to sleep over your kind.
Play it out. What if you just never do anything? Maybe some people just need to stop dreaming. Maybe they need to accept their current reality and actually enjoy it. Because there's a lot of people when they're 70 and 80 and they didn't do their dreams. And if they went back, like they didn't do anything, but that whole time they were dissatisfied because they didn't try. But what if they were just like, I have a good life. I have a wife who loves me. I've got some kids. I have a job that I don't mind it, pays the bills.
Unless it comes unasked out of your heart and your mind and your mouth and your gut, don't do it.
I mean, if you go back 500 years, it wasn't people were like, man, this is my passion. It's like, dude, I'm just rowing a boat across a ferry, and that's what I do, and that's what my dad did and his dad did. Like, this is how we eat. And so like we have these idealized versions of purpose that I think Instagram and all this stuff kind of make terrible. But like, I think there's a lot of honor in work, period. And I think a lot of people fool themselves by thinking that what they do for some reason is not honorable.
If you have to sit for hours staring at your computer screen or hunched over your typewriter searching for words, don't do it.
And I think a lot of it is like the internal versus external scorecard of, I believe these things to be true about the universe or like the world. But a lot of those are like, what do I believe about myself? Which is like, I can choose to do work in this way, which then I can derive joy from. So like, if I'm shoveling shit, I can choose to be like, I will be the best shit shoveler because I believe that I will figure out how to do this more efficiently, and I will get better, and I'll have calluses on my hands, and I'll have a better back and whatever. But I will do this well. And I think you can find joy in work if you decide to do it.
If you're doing it for money or fame, don't do it.
So on one hand, if your dream causes you so much pain, then you will quit what you're doing and do it. And if it doesn't cause you enough pain that you're not pursuing it, or that you don't like, if you don't feel like you're in a cage right now, then maybe you're not in a cage, and maybe you just need to like the life you have, and that's cool too.
If you have to sit there, rewrite it again and again, don't do it.
I want to way out of here for. I mean, I'm gonna fucking live here the rest of my life. You know, be neighbors, you know, we'll have little kids, fucking take them to Little League together up Foley Field. Look, you're my best friend, so don't take this the wrong way. But in 20 years, if you're still living here, coming over my house to watch the Patriots game, still working construction, I'll fucking kill you. That's not a threat, that's a fact. I'll fucking kill you. What the fuck are you talking about?
If it's hard work, just thinking about doing it, don't do it.
You got something none of us have. Oh, come on. Why is it always this? I mean, I fucking owe it to myself to do this or that. What if I don't want to? No. Fuck you. You don't owe it to yourself. You owe it to me. Tomorrow, I'm gonna wake up and I'll be 50, and I'll still be doing this shit. That's all right. That's fine. I mean, you're sitting on a winning lottery ticket. Too much of a pussy to cash it in, and that's bullshit. Because I'd do fucking anything to have what you got. So would any of these fucking guys. It'd be an insult to us if you're still here in 20 years. Hanging around here is a fucking waste of your time. You don't know that. I don't? No, you don't know that. No, I don't know that.
If you're trying to write like somebody else, forget about it.
Like if you found Eddie Van Halen in a guitar shop, you'd be angry. What is this guy doing repairing guitars? Then somebody will say, maybe he loves to repair guitars.
If you have to wait for it to roar out of you, then wait patiently. If it never does roar out of you, do something else.
There's a huge amount of talent in the world that's not sitting in its proper seat.
If you first have to read it to your wife, to your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your parents or to anybody at all, you're not ready.
There's nothing wrong with spending a night in a jail cell if it means getting the shot you need. Send all your dogs and one might return with prey. Never wallow in your troubles. Despair must be kept private and brief. Learn to live with your mistakes. Expand your knowledge and understanding of music and literature, old and modern. The laptop in front of you may be the last one in existence. Do something good and impressive with it. There's never an excuse not to finish a film. Carry bolt cutters everywhere.
Like, we'll get to 1 billion, and then after 1 billion, I'll make it 10. I already know that. You know what I mean? But like, I love playing the game.
What is the game?
Game of business.
To what? To what end? Or just for
To play.
To play.
Yeah, I'm sure you know more about this than I do, but like just game theory, finite and infinite games. Simon Sinek has a great piece on it. But yeah, with infinite games, you have known and unknown players. You have no agreed upon rules, and the point of the game is to keep the game going. And so a lot of times people will take a finite game where you have only known players, agreed upon rules, and a set outcome for winning, and they will apply it to an infinite game. So people are like, they apply a finite construct to health. They're like, I want to win health. It's like, you don't win health. Like, okay, you're in shape. Now what? You stay in shape. You keep staying in shape. I want to win at marriage. You don't win at marriage. You keep the marriage going. That's playing the game of marriage. If you don't win at business, you keep playing the game of business. And so we want to take these finite constructs and put them on infinite games. And I think that's where people get in trouble because they're like, I have to keep moving the goalpost. But if the goalpost is to play, then you win by playing. And so for that, like, sure, we set goals for the company, but like, I'm 1,000% super motivated. And at the same time, if we never hit it, I'm just going to be happy that I was able to play.
Unless it comes out of your soul like a rocket. Unless being still will drive you to madness or suicide or murder, don't do it. Unless the sun inside you is burning your gut, don't do it. When it is truly time, and if you have been chosen, it will do it by itself, and it will keep on doing it until you die or it dies in you. There's no other way, and there never was.
I told you that story about how Charlie Parker became Charlie Parker, right?
Joe Jones threw a symbol at his head.
Exactly. Parker's a young kid, pretty good on the sax, gets up to play at a cutting session, and he fucks it up. And Jones nearly decapitates him for it. And he's laughed off stage. Cries himself to sleep that night, but the next morning, what does he do? He practices. And he practices and he practices with one goal in mind, never to be laughed at again. And a year later, he goes back to the Reno, and he steps up on that stage and he plays the best motherfucking solo the world has ever heard. So imagine if Jones had just said, well, that's okay, Charlie. That was all right. Good job. But Charlie thinks to himself, well, shit, I did do a pretty good job. End of story. No bird. That to me is an absolute tragedy. But that's just what the world wants now. I wonder why jazz is dying. I'll tell you, man, and every Starbucks jazz album just proves my point, really. There are no two words in the English language more harmful than good job.
But is there a line? You know, maybe you go too far and you discourage the next Charlie Parker from ever becoming Charlie Parker?
No, man, no. Because the next Charlie Parker would never be discouraged. The truth is, Andrew, I never really had a Charlie Parker. But I tried. I actually fucking tried. And that's more than most people ever do. And I will never apologize for how I tried.